Those refunds taught me more than the 20K. I launched the AppChamp on AppSumo. 300 users signed up. 120 of them refunded. That's 40%. If you're afraid to launch because you might fail, I get it. I was terrified. But here's the thing. High refund rates aren't what you think. And what they taught me about pricing, platforms, and getting customers. That's what this video is about. The biggest surprise, the people who were refunded, they were actually my best customers. All right, let me take you back. It's 2023. I just finished building the first MVP of the AppChamp. It's an AI sales agent for WhatsApp, and I needed customers fast. So I do what a lot of solo devs do. I go to AppSumo, the marketplace for lifetime deals. You list your software, they bring customers. The onboarding took 2 months, approvals, pricing, landing pages. It was long, but whatever, I get through it. We launch around Black Friday. At first, crickets. A few sales here and there. Then Black Friday hits, 5K in a single day, more than an entire month before. And I'm thinking, okay, this is working. The deal runs for a few more weeks. Then closing day comes and something interesting happens. FOMO kicks in. Everyone who was on the fence, they buy another 5K that one single day, the final day. Total 20K in revenue and 300 users. I'm pumped, like this validated everything. People actually want this. And then the refunds start. First a few, then more, then I check the dashboard and my stomach just drops. 120 refunds out of 300, that's 40%. Those 120 refunds, they taught me 5 lessons I couldn't have learned any other way. Okay, lesson 1, pricing is not just about the money, it's about who shows up. So AppSumo has tiers, right? I had 4, lowest was about $49 and the highest was around $199 or even a bit more. Guess which one had the highest refund rate? The cheapest one. And here's what I realized, cheap prices attract tire kickers, people just trying it out, people who aren't really committed. They buy it because it's cheap, not because they actually have the problem you're solving. Now look, this doesn't mean charge more. It just means you need to know what kind of customers each price attracts. If you're selling lifetime deals, your cheapest tiers are going to have the highest refund rates. That's just bootstrap reality. So the lesson isn't don't offer cheap tiers, it's expect refunds, plan for them. Because those refunds, they're feedback. They're telling you, hey, this tier doesn't match what I thought you were solving. And that's data you can't get anywhere else. Lesson 2, this one surprised me. So I went back and looked at the data, who actually used the product, who engaged, who gave feedback. The people refunded, they were my best customers. No joke, they used the product, tested features, asked questions in support, gave me detailed feedback. The people who kept the lifetime deal, a lot of them never logged in again. Here's why. People will refund, they're trying to validate if they wasted their money, so they actually use the thing. People will keep it, they're like, cool, I got a deal, I'll use it someday, and someday never comes. That's the paradox of lifetime deals. The customer costing you money are way more engaged than the ones paying you. So the lesson, don't judge customer quality by refund rate, judge it by engagement. The refunders taught me more about what was broken than any paying customer. They told me the onboarding is confusing, this feature doesn't work like I expected, I thought this would do X, it only does Y. If that feedback is priceless, you can't buy that. Refunds hurt, but they're also your most honest beta testers. Lesson 3, this is where it gets messy. A few months later, I'm ready for round 2. I want to relist on AppSumo. We've improved everything, fixed the issues, built new features based on all that feedback. And I'm like, let's do it again. We'll do it right this time. So I start the process, reapply, get the proof. Everything's checked. Every page is reviewed. Yes, yes, and yes. There's just one checkbox left. One last approval. Should take about a week, maybe 2. And 2 months go by and nothing. And one day I'll log into my AppSumo dashboard and I see we're rejected. No email, no warning, just your listing has been rejected. So I reach out to support asking them why. They gave me nothing, just fake responses. So I do what you do when you're frustrated. I post on Reddit and somehow the AppChamp users find the post. They start commenting, giving us support, saying we should be relisted. Then Noah Kagan, the CEO of AppSumo, sees it. Some higher ups see it too. They comment, we'll look into this. So a few weeks go by. Finally, they tell me that they have a new rule. They have a 30% maximum refund rate to relist. I was at 40%. Oh, here's the kicker. This was a new rule. It didn't exist when we launched. The lesson, platforms can change rules whenever they want. I didn't break any rules that existed when I launched. They made a new one and it applied to me. Is that fair? Well, I don't think so, but it doesn't matter what I think. They own the platform. They make the rules. They can do whatever they want and you have zero power. That's the reality of building on someone else's platform, which brings me to lesson 4. Lesson 4 is don't build your business on someone else's platform. When AppSumo rejected me, I panicked for like 24 hours. I'm thinking that was my whole distribution strategy. How do I get customers now? And then I remembered I have other channels. channels. I had an affiliate who made me 20K in a single day, more than AppSumo, and that was subscription revenue, not even a lifetime deal. I had organic signups, people finding me through word of mouth. I had meta ads, not profitable yet, but we were testing it. And here's the bootstrap truth. Platforms don't owe you anything. They can change the rules, reject you, shut you down tomorrow. If you're relying on one platform, AppSumo, Product Hunt, the App Store, whatever, you're building on rented land. And when the landlord kicks you out, you're homeless. Lesson, build distribution diversity from day one. You don't need 10 channels, you need 3. One that's working now, one you're testing, and one that's growing slowly. That way, when one disappears, and it will, you're not starting from zero. AppSumo rejecting me, it hurt, but it didn't kill my business because I wasn't dependent on them. That's a lesson every bootstrap founder needs to learn. So final lesson, lesson 5. This is the one that made me realize I do it all over again. 40% refunds, that's harsh feedback fast. The one moment I learned my pricing was wrong, my onboarding was confusing, my cheapest tier attracted the wrong people, our positioning didn't match the expectations. That feedback came fast, like within weeks. If I tried to grow organically, that would have taken 6 months, maybe a year. This is a bootstrap advantage. VC funded startups, they raise money, build for months, launch, hope it works. If it doesn't, they burn cash, iterate slowly, have investors breathing down their neck. Bootstrap founders, on the other hand, we get harsh feedback fast. The market tells us immediately this works, or this doesn't work. Yeah, 40% refund hurt, feels like failure, but it's not failure, it's validation. Those 120 people told me exactly what was wrong. I fixed it. Product got better, and when I launched the affiliate channel, I didn't make the same mistakes. I knew the pricing, the onboarding, the customer, because 120 people already taught me. That's why I would do it again, even with the refunds. Fast, harsh feedback beats slow, comfortable growth every single time. All right, let me bring this together. So lesson 1, your pricing attracts your customer. Cheap tiers is tire kickers, plan for it. Lesson 2, refunders can be your best customers. They actually use it, give feedback, make your product better. Lesson 3, platforms can change your rules whenever they want. You have zero power. Lesson 4, platform dependency is a trap. Build 3 distribution channels. When one dies, you survive. And lesson 5, harsh feedback beats slow growth. 40% refunds taught me more in 1 month than a year of organic growth would have. Now, would I launch on AppSumo again? Honestly, probably not. Not because of the refunds, but because of lesson 4. Don't depend on platforms. Do I regret it though? No. Those 20K and those 120 refunds taught me how to build a real business. Not a perfect business, a real one. Real customers, real feedback, real lessons. That's the bootstrap reality. You're gonna fail, you're gonna get refunds, you're gonna get rejected, but every failure is data. Use it, learn from it, build something better. That's how you hit 100K ARR without VC. Not by avoiding mistakes, by learning from them faster than everyone else. If you remember one thing from this, harsh feedback beats slow growth. I put together a free platform strategy guide. It breaks down when to use AppSumo and when not to, how to structure pricing for lifetime deals, the 5 lessons from my AppSumo experience, how to build distribution diversity so you're never dependent. Download it, the link's in the description. And if you want weekly lessons from building the Amchamp to 100K, the wins, the failures, the real numbers, I send those to my email list every week. Links also in the description. See you in the next one. Bye.